When you visit a theme park, the financial transaction is a matter of public record. But when you visit a pristine lake with a swimming area and a forest trail, the economics are silent. Calculating the exact financial value of that theme park is simple math. You multiply the set ticket price by the total number of people who walked through the gates. The public lake doesn't charge admission. Because it generates no official gate revenue, its financial value remains invisible on traditional balance sheets. This leaves land planners without a clear metric to justify their decisions. They must decide how much public money to spend on maintenance, or how to weigh the land's value against commercial developers who can promise defined tax revenue. To defend these spaces within a market-driven system, economists look past the lack of a ticket booth. Instead, they calculate an invisible ticket price based on what it costs visitors just to reach the destination. Economists track these behaviors using the travel cost method, which measures the indirect expenses people are willing to incur. Nature might not charge for the beach, but the journey isn't free. The first layer of this calculation is the literal out-of-pocket transit cost required to make the trip. Money spent on fuel, bus fare, and vehicle upkeep serves as a proxy for an admission fee. Then there is a second, more abstract layer to account for, the opportunity cost of time. The hours spent traveling are hours that could have been spent earning wages. Economists argue that if you are willing to spend 4 hours driving, you are effectively paying the value of those hours to be there. When individual income data isn't available, researchers use demographic averages. They might take the median wage of a visitor's zip code, using official census data, and apply a standard percentage of that rate to value the traveler's time. By combining hard transit expenses with the opportunity cost of time, economists establish a verifiable baseline. It creates a balance sheet that proves people are trading real capital for natural experiences. Of course, human behavior introduces variables that can complicate the raw data. Visitors often combine trips, like stopping at the lake during a grocery run, or they might simply enjoy the act of driving. These overlaps can make it difficult to isolate the value of the destination itself. To see how researchers filter this noise, we can look at a study on recreational abalone fishing along the California coastline. Researchers mapped travel patterns to 50 specific dive spots by cross-referencing diving registration records with phone surveys. They calculated driving costs using regional fuel prices and weighed those against site-specific factors that influence a diver's choice, such as the presence of public bathrooms or boat launches. By systematically accounting for these different variables, the researchers isolated exactly how much the divers valued the specific natural experience of that coastline. All of this cleaned data is fed into a statistical model to perform a regression analysis. This creates a demand curve. It maps travel costs against visitor frequency, showing how visits drop as costs increase. Planners use this model to test policies. By adding a hypothetical entrance fee, they predict the resulting drop in attendance. The model also allows planners to calculate the potential financial impact of environmental degradation. If a site suffers from toxic algae blooms, visitor demand will fall. Because economists have a dollar value for those visits, they can translate that environmental damage into a specific financial loss. This specific economic data provides a formal framework for conservation. It gives planners the figures needed to justify spending millions on park infrastructure and restoration projects. Natural spaces offer an escape from the commercial world, but our willingness to spend time and money traveling to them acts as a quantifiable indicator of worth, one that gives these free ecosystems a voice when budgets and land use decisions are being made.